Welcome back. It's been a while. I'm gonna go ahead and upload the rest of the drawing lessons that I had. For those of you that keep asking me, I did say this before. Lessons 3 and 5, I couldn't find them, and you don't really need them, to be honest with you. If you go on to lesson 6, you'll be just fine. It's not really that big of a deal. And I have really been very busy working on the game, Bane of Empires, and I have been working on the class, and the course will be done it'll be done in about 2 weeks. So that is a promise. It will be done in about 2 weeks. So what this is about is NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, is coming up next month, and a friend of mine asked how to make a map. So for some of you that are also writers or story creators and you want to learn how to make a map and you're not really good at drawing, this is absolutely positively for you. So I'm going to show you how to make a simple map, and it's not going to be anything difficult because who needs that when you're trying to write a novel? So what we have here is our world. This blank canvas is our world, and you don't need a computer program to do it. You can just do it on some typing paper, or you can just use a notebook, paper, or whatever. The point is when you're doing a map, you just want to get directions. You just want to know the placement of your land masses and what is going on there. You can bog yourself down with details all you want, but let's just get some of the basics, and I'll show you how to go in and detail some stuff. So let's just get started here. What I want to do is I want to make some land masses. That's all I want to do. And I'm just making it, by the way, my hand is shaking, and it's supposed to shake because it's just land masses. Who cares? Not important. But for the purposes of what I'm going to do, I tried doing this before, and it didn't quite work out because when I tried to use the paint bucket tool, it betrayed me. It betrayed me. That paint bucket tool, it's evil. But I'm going to try and use it again, and I will show it this time. I will be the boss and the owner of the paint bucket tool. So what I'm doing here is these are just land masses, and maybe one more smaller land mass right here. This one doesn't look so hot, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I don't care. And so let's try this again and see if this works. Solid fill. We are going to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, perfect. So, and by the way, if you're using markers or crayons, just all this around here is the ocean. That's it. And so now you have your land masses instantly. So let's represent land masses in green. Let's kind of darken the green up. Let's do this. So all we're going to do. Voila. That is your landmass. Look at that. It looks wonderful. Wonderful and beautiful. So now you have this. So I don't know. Maybe you're doing like a little pirate story or something like that. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Now for digital purposes, I'm just going to add another layer. Not a big deal. And let's do this. We're going to add some islands in here. I don't know if I should have used that tool or not, but... And so if you want to make some islands over on the side, or maybe you want to go back in and make like a smaller, I don't know, maybe you want to make like a smaller landmass or whatever. So that's how, so if we zoom back out here, we know we got some islands down here. We're not naming anything just yet. So the next thing that you probably want to do is that most land masses have some sort of rivers, and rivers usually come in through the ocean, etc. So rivers are usually the places where cities are built around either coast and rivers, because that's where people get access to water too. So that would be let's go something right here for the river, and I want to darken this up a little bit. So what I want to do, I'm just going to do this for one landmass. And so from the ocean, I'm just going to make another squiggly line here. This is just something that I like to do, and maybe the river forks off, and maybe there's another one right here, and maybe there's a river up here, and maybe that's what's going on. By the way, if this is an Earth-like planet, chances are this is going to be frozen up here, and it'll be kind of cold. So if you want to represent that in some kind of way, then that would be cool too. But I'm just trying to stick with the basics. Oh, let's do one more. Let's go ahead and just say that this has a river right here. Okay. And so let's zoom in on this landmass right here. We haven't named anything yet. So you want to figure out which areas have mountainous regions or whatever. And mountains can be, just look at the map of the world. If you want to draw in mountains, let's go ahead and do that. All you need is this right here. And mountains usually follow some sort of chain. And all you're doing is making little lines right here. This area right here is mountainous. And maybe there's another chain of mountains up in this area. You can also do stuff like let's grab this green right here. Let's darken it up a little bit. So let's say we did this right here. And so I got this little area right here, this little dark green area. Maybe that's like a dark forest where maybe the elves or the robot elves or the robot vampire werewolf elves or something live. And so that's their little area right here. And to show a contrast, if you want to remind yourself that this is a wooded area, you can of course go back and you just draw some little trees. Some little happy trees. So a circle and a stick will be a good representation of some trees. That's all you got to do. So and let's look at down here. So maybe, oh, actually I want to look right over here. So if I take this and I lighten this all the way up, and let's say I go right here. And I lighten this little area. Oh, that was terrible. What in the world am I doing? Okay, let me make sure I'm on the right layer. Because sometimes that's what happens when I'm not on the right layer. Alright. I'm gonna go back over this again. I never knew making a map could be this difficult for me. This is why, you know something, to be honest with you guys, I have a few maps that I've made, but I just use typing paper. Because sometimes software just drives me nuts. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's a desert. Instant desert. Now, so we got some mountains, we got some forest, we got some rivers, we got a desert down here. Let's go ahead and turn this. Let's see if we could do this. All right, let me see. Let's see if this works. All right, and wish me luck. There we go. Look at that. That's frozen. It's all frozen up in the north there. Winter is coming. Maybe we got some mountain ranges and stuff up in here, and we're gonna go in with blue to show that it is super frozen. I don't know why the top of that isn't frozen as well, but you guys get the idea. These are mountains. And so what I like to do is right along here, let's pick another color. Let's pick a red. And right around here, I draw a circle, draw another circle. I'm trying to keep stuff right along the coastline because that's where most people live. And let's say that these little red dots here are representative of cities. All right, and we circle the one that will be the capital, or if you want to have like a capital city, it could be a star with a circle around it. Okay, and let's also do this. Let's say over here, this is a continent, and just like in the rest of the world, maybe we want to divide the continent up. And so now, let's go up a level. So now I want to make some lines here. Maybe these represent different countries. Maybe these represent different city-states. Maybe they represent something. They apparently are surrounded by water and don't really have very much water, so that could be a plot point. And I'm just dividing this up. And this could be each individual little countries. If you want to get all fancy, if you really want to get fancy, and hold on, let me see if I can do this right. Wait a minute. Before I start saying, okay, I'm going to merge with below. So if you really want to get fancy, let's see if I can do this without totally screwing this up. All right, let's bring down the vibrant colorness of it. Oh, nope, couldn't do it. Okay, so what I was going to say is, because I don't really feel like going over this that deep, but if you want to color these each individual places, that's just two ways of making cities or making countries or making states or whatever. And by this time, you kind of know what's going on, and you can start naming stuff. So this city over here, name is, this is the city of Doug. This is Doug right here. And I already have a little video on how to make cities. And right next to Doug is Bobville. Good old Bobville. Bobville, hugely popular in the 70s. You know, lots of discotheques. And right by, people got tired of Bobville, so then they moved to dubstep land. So dubstep land. And dubstep land, it's by the water. People love it, and they play dubstep music all day. Don't forget to name your continents and your sea. So this is called the Blue Sea. Super original right there. Don't anyone take that, okay? And this landmass at the top, this entire area is called Toplandia. Okay, Landia. Did I spell that right? Who knows? I don't know. Toplandia. It's a foreign word, so I can make that up. And right over here is Leftland. This is, you guessed it, Rightland. And if you really want to be fancy, then right somewhere in the middle, we could put one of those cool compasses. I want to make this super fancy so that everybody will enjoy it. Look at that. And so here's our compass. So, oh, that sucked. That sucked really bad. What am I doing? So I got north, south, west, east. See, now it's fancy now, right? Okay. So there you go. And then you name your world. We'll call it Worldtopia. And pretty much that's simply how you make your lands, because when you're writing a story, in all seriousness, you're just kind of figuring out the direction. If your character starts out down here and they're going to journey because they have to rescue the princess in the mountains of Toplandia, and you know, these are just kind of plot points. So maybe when they go across the ocean, they encounter a big gigantic, I don't know, sea weasel, whatever. And then they land, and then they go to dubstep land, and they got to fight the breakdancing dubstep pirates. And, you know, so you're just kind of looking at your character's journey, and you're trying to figure out where things are. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you learned something. And stay tuned, because I'm going to go ahead and upload the rest of the lessons. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out. Making a map does not have to be hard. Of course, you can make it way more beautiful and way more in depth. But hope this helped out. All right.